this is the co-main event. Title fight, 5 rounds of 5 minutes. The referee in this fight is Niels Bursken.
How does it feel different fighting for a title as opposed to a normal one? Or is it something you put out your mind? How do you balance the mental side of this?
Yeah, for me, it put a lot of pressure on me. It's like you climb the mountain and then finally you reach the top, but the top is very icy and slippery and scary, you know? It's like you don't know what's past that, you know? You worked all year for this or all your life for this, so it's so scary because you don't know what's behind it. So, yeah.
Just pressure on pressure.
The pressure is big.
I absolutely love that analogy. And again, it's that pressure. It's how you carry and manage that pressure. Because with these fights, obviously when you have gold on the line there and many eyes watching, it's how you can, you know, harness that in a positive way. Nice straight shot there from Akonne early on.
Nice and Wanliss looking like he's trying to free Gaxhja's arm there.
Gaxhja's got hold of that right leg, the single leg. See what he can do with that. Now he's got 2 legs in. He might go for the body triangle from here. This would be unreal. It's actually possible to finish a triangle from this position because one arm in as one arm is out.
And he's trying to move his foot up, but it looks like it's being blocked a little bit by Gaethje's armpit there. But if he can tighten it up, it looks like it's loosening slightly.
Oh, Gaxhja can't compose, pulls his head out. Oh, and looking to take the back himself.
And a reminder for everyone watching, because this is a title fight for the lightweight gold, we have 5 rounds of 5 minutes rather than the usual 3, which puts a whole different spin on how you conserve energy in fight round.
Oh, without a doubt, or if you're allowed to conserve energy, it's that gamble again. You let it go and look for the finish, or you put it all out there to get the momentum in your way. Or do you have to conserve it? Do you really have to think about those 4th and 5th rounds? It is the psychological part of this. It's one of the when you talk about analogies, a lot of people talk to me about fighting being 10% physical and 90% mental, and it really is that when you get to this top level and you're fighting for belts, you're in these title fights.
Up against Jedis.
Up against Jedis.
He's got top control now. Switched that up really nice because he got his back against the cage. Even he got his back against Gaxhja first. Turned that around and now got top position.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Wanliss does and how he works from this position. Looks whether he tries to pass or just as he looks like now, posturing up and just try and throw down.
They're stacking those hips, trying to not allow an easy route out for Gaxhja. Also applying this pressure, it affects the breathing, it affects everything. You're in an uncomfortable spot, your rib cage is closed up, your lungs can't get the amount of oxygen you want in them.
And very heavy hammer fist from Wanliss.
Nice little up kick. But we'll see if Gaxhja can get up. Looks like some nice brawling from Wanliss here.
Wanliss sprawling throughout the cage.
He's having to. It was a lovely little reaction there from Gaxhja. He really did turn and explode to get in on the single. Look how committed he is to this. Now he's driven it against the fence. There's a higher success rate on the takedown from Gaxhja.
It's like a pit bull locking his jaws, but then on the leg of Wanliss.
What Gaxhja's doing, Wanliss is doing well though. He's pushing that head down. He's not allowing the head to posture up to allow all that power through.
And this is a very technical battle that's going on here.
It's not the fight we expected, right? I was thinking we were going to see an open striking bout, but that often happens when you've got 2 people with good strike. From the side. Look at the respect that Gaxhja gave that. Instantly reacted.
That was very powerful, right on the side of the neck.
Yeah, you could see Gaxhja's face twisted immediately, and he did a good job like getting out of that. Shows his training, and he's been in those situations.
But to get out of that, he had to put himself in a bad spot. That shows how tight that was, or the squeeze. It might not have finished him, but it was a bad enough spot that Gaxhja was like, right, I'll go to my back.
Wanliss traps the arm, out now.
And again, so far Wanliss hasn't had so much success from this sort of position, doing a lot of damage, but we'll be intrigued to see whether as he wears Gaxhja down, he's able to sneak more and more shots for his guard.
Without a doubt, it's the weapons he decides to use here, but doing that, he's got to stay switched on because Gaxhja's got a very active guard. It's always open. Look at that, he's looking to put the feet on the hips, he's digging his hands under the arms. He's always threatening with something. This is the time when you can throw shots, when the legs are locked, when he's attached to you, because there's not as much of a threat.
Hard elbow hit, Gaxhja on the jaw, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Wanliss is now starting to look like getting a little bit more rewards from his work and positional dominance so far. But is he focusing now on trying to get Gaxhja up, or is he going to re-engage? He seems stuck in two minds himself here, Brian.
Yeah, I think it's just a respect thing. He's doesn't want to give anything away for free. Now he's chosen the position to walk into the guard there when it was open.
Don't forget, he ate one up kick, right?
Oh, he's got good chokes from here. Darcy's and Anacondas. Hasn't got it under, but the underhook might allow Gaxhja to get back to his feet. Gaxha's really got to push now, try and build that base.
Amazing pressure from the top from Akonne Wanliss.
Yeah, a very technical round there, Yusri. And on the cards, probably have to give it to Wanliss.
Yeah, you have to give it to Wanliss, even though Gaxhja was very strong on wrestling on the takedowns, but then on the end, he got reversed into his guard.
And here we have some highlights, that very beginning bit where not always was dropping. There was the almost attempt at like a triangle. It didn't quite get in. There's a lovely little takedown from Wanliss, very controlled.
I think what we're seeing from Wanliss, we can see there's a size difference in height and reach, but I believe there's also a strength difference as well, and he's able to impose that. This is the threat. It's not a full rear naked choke. He's not round the back, but he threatened it enough to capitulate his opponent down to his back, and from that position he was pretty comfortable picking his shots, not being greedy with his ground and pound. Even the re-entry on the going back to the mat, he took his time with it, and I think that composure is what will pay off, because when he got back to his feet, deep breaths, looked focused, Gaxhja looked a little bit frustrated.
And our highlights for these two title fights, sponsored by Black Bananas. And we're about to go into the second of 5 rounds, a very technical start.
Great straight shots as well.
Beautiful 1-2. And we'll see whether the trend continues, whether Gaxhja can maybe turn the tide that seems to be slowly pushing him out to sea.
Gaxhja now with Wanliss up against the cage. It was interesting. Wanliss used those straight shots and then engaged the clinch. Now
Looks like a groin strike there. They're having a, from Gaxhja, so they're having a short little bit of respite. But Wanliss doesn't seem to be too perturbed by it in any way, and back into the action. Oh, wild right coming through there.
Oh, little slip, little mistake.
Yeah, he tried to go for a spinning back kick, but then he fell down.
Yeah, interesting that he didn't try and spring back up and just seemed happy to accept the position he spent didn't make a mistake that time.
Yeah, Wanliss called him back to his feet and almost stayed to spinning heel kick for his trouble. But look, there's some fight now or fire, I should now, in the belly of Gaxhja.
Gaxhja finally get his kicks off.
Yeah, and those were free. It'll be interesting because he fired 3 shots straight to the body. Oh, nice takedown, but beautiful sprawl and defensive work here from Wanliss.
Yeah, but you could see there's a different demeanor when he got back to his feet from Gaxhja. Threw a couple of first through the spinning kick, then a couple of good solid body kicks. Then he was picking the momentum up, got the body lock clinch, went to take it back to the mat. There seemed to be a real fire in his belly. There's a little anger he's fighting with now, composed anger, I will say.
Yeah, well, in the wrestling he's losing. Like you say, I think there's a power difference that he feels. Oh, big knee through the middle. Now goes for the shoot again.
And again, Wanliss has diffused that attempt very smoothly here. He's not out of the woods yet, though.
Yeah, time and time again, he keeps diffusing them. Even though they're solid attacks, but his defense is just so good. Gaxhja was being successful with those kicks.
Yeah, and then he's gone back into trying this wrestling game plan where, as you both mentioned, it looks a little bit like he's being out-muscled.
Well, there's something that we talked about as well in the walkouts, his long layoff. Now, he's spent a lot of time, as he said, at Cop's Gym, wrestling, grappling, and sometimes you want to show that. You want to say, I'm not just a Taekwondo fighter, I'm not, that's not the only way I'm going to win these mixed martial arts fights. But what's happened is we've seen him have success with the kicks, but he wants to kind of show his grappling, his wrestling, and for me, it's not the wisest game plan right now, especially against somebody as powerful, as strong, as athletic as Wanliss.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see if his corner believes the same thing, and we see Gaxhja come out in the 3rd round with a slightly different approach to lean on where he was having that success. Those, really loud, cracking, resounding body shots that made Wanliss show him some respect.
100%. There was certainly good shots that connected, but Wanliss's performance has been brilliant, and even that one little mistake, as I said that. But so far, his control, his reactions, and his composure. He's fighting a much more physically efficient fight than Gaxhja. Gaxhja is really hunting for this takedown, these single legs.
And it'll be interesting to see where he ends up here, because it's a similar position Wanliss was in the first round, where it was a standard triangle.
Separate, but now he's got to fight those hands.
There you go, just as you said.
But look at the pressure of Gaxhja. He really wants to
Has he got those? Can he get those hands connected?
Oh, he might go for the power guillotine.
Oh,
put that over the
here.
top. And using the cage as well, that's good, because you can, especially as the taller fighter, you can increase the torque on that choke if you've got it set. He's not quite got his hand over the bicep, though.
Yep, Gaxhja managed to get out of that, but there was a
hard elbow from Wanliss.
That's a big knee.
And a second.
Oh, my goodness.
And an elbow coming through. But Gaxhja seems to walk through it, but reversed against the cage again. Wanliss really is showing some muscle here, and
wow,
beautiful takedown.
And even the way he fell to the mat there, there's a different demeanor about Gaxhja now.
Yeah, there wasn't a spring or like action. He just seemed to accept it. And yeah, what's the mentality like when you're in that situation of just, you're tired and you fall down and you just...
That's it. There's frustration that's come in. Nothing's working. Plan A hasn't worked. Plan B, everything that you've been having success with in camp suddenly just isn't coming together in the cage. And on the top of that, this guy is more than you thought he would be. He's got more weapons than you thought, and he's causing more damage. Even this move to side control, he's just so heavy, Wanliss. And you can see the grimace on the face there from Gaxhja. So I just think that...
Yeah, he's letting him have it.
Yeah.
He's giving him the top position now, mount. Oh. He's like giving up.
Some big elbow, those horrible slicing elbows dropping across there. Oh, and that one hit clean.
This is such a performance from Wanliss. I mean, you're talking about claiming the belt.
Oh, big elbows from the top, right until the bell.
Look, now they've opened him up. You talk about them slicing that left eyebrow there of Gaxhja now seeping the blood.
And usually, what's it like when you get cut in a fight like that and you start to feel the blood just pour down your face? How does that affect your mentality?
Yeah, for me, it just lights my flame. When I get cut, I light my flame. You know, it stinks. It stinks so bad. You just want to, oh, you want to go. I don't know. Maybe everyone has a different effect.
Yeah, I'm upset you didn't ask me that question. I don't know why I'm not getting those sort of questions.
You never get cut, man. You just cut.
I'm a crier. That's what I am.
Your skin's too tough. It's like a rhino's. You know, you can't
stop it,
guys.
Get cut. Stop it.
I hope Gaxhja can get his breath back, get his power back, and just, you know, give us a good fight. Because Wanliss wants a good fight, and he's giving it as well.
Well, listen, we saw moments from Gaxhja where he dug deep, right, Callum?
He's got it all.
Where
He's got the skills, man. Yeah. He just, you know, he got a slap in the face from his coach.
Yeah.
Let's see how that works out.
Let's see what happens in this, as we were speaking in that second round, whether his coaches say, Gaxhja, you've got to stop shooting. You now need to start trying to throw kicks, find where he's been successful. Try and push Wanliss into situation.
Yeah, hard right hand over the top.
Yeah.
And this can give you energy as well, you know, breeds confidence if you hit just one strike like that.
Exactly, if it just stops Wanliss's like constant forward pressure.
Which it doesn't, because Wanliss is still coming.
Look at that, he's still coming. The condition Wanliss is coming for this fight. Oh, he's going again for that power guillotine. Needs to put his arm on his bicep across, and needs to talk. He can use the cage now to really tighten this. That's it.
It's over.
What
Beautiful.
a performance.
A submission in the third round from Wanliss. And he is our new lightweight title holder on LFL. He gets the job done in the third round, barely 10-20 seconds into it. Fantastic. Yusri, what do you see there? What
I
sort of
see
fight
an amazing champion. I see he's got it all. He showed it in his wrestling, in his ground game, in his striking. This is just a very good champion. I'm excited who they're gonna bring up against him. I believe, lightweight division, you know. Always a lot of good fighters. I'm just stoked for who they're gonna bring for this guy. You know, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, because it's not easy to climb to the top of the mountain, as you were talking about, those icy heights, but it's probably even harder to stay up on top there.
Yeah, exactly. The pressure is on him now. He's got a target on his back.
So let's have a look at some of these fight highlights sponsored by Black Bananas. We're looking at the first round here, Yusri, where this is where Really, Wanliss just kind of put the pressure on him, had the top control.
And he's always threatening with attacks, with submissions, with hard hammers, with elbows. This guy is really dangerous. Look at those knees.
Yeah, just methodical, bit by bit. He didn't seem to rush. He wasn't too hungry for the victory. But when the opportunity came, and we're going to see the finish here, he did so resoundingly.
Yeah, but everything he did was finish potential.
And there we go, a fantastic power guillotine, and gets the tap to become the first ever LFL lightweight champion. And let's go get that officially confirmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by submission in the 3rd round, the winner of the belt, the title holder in the blue corner, Akonne Wanliss.
And now he has a rather fancy belt to go with that lightsaber. I mean, what a look. And we should hear from Wanliss right about now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your new lightweight champion, Akonne Wanliss. You just said the return of the Jedi, the return of the Sith. How good does that feel to get that around your waist?
Feels really good, man. It's been a long time coming back. You know, everyone's had some difficulties outside the cage. Mine have been outside the cage, and I'm glad to be back inside the cage doing what I do. I'll only get better from here. It starts from here being the lightweight champion of LFL and on to defending his title many times, so let's go.
Listen, you talk about being out of the cage, out of competition for a little while. You didn't look like you missed a beat. From the walkout, from the moment that the opening bell came, you reacted brilliantly. Your grappling was super on point. He was relentless with the takedown attempts. I mean, he's a tough opponent. That makes this belt even more legitimate, right?
Do you know what? I feel even more of a compliment that he didn't even want to stand up with me, being a stand-up striker himself. So that just proves the accolades and the skill that I have in myself to have to go down to the ground, and you know, he tried his metal on the ground too, and to no avail. So only gets bigger and better from here. I've got no marks. He's marked up to hell. The lightsaber touched him many times.
It was an absolutely perfect performance. I mean, talk about the team around you. You got Tom Breeze as well fighting just after now defending his title. How important are they for the martial artist, the Jedi that you have become now?
Listen, Renegade Jiu-Jitsu, Renegade MMA is doing bits. As you see, Tom's coming out to defend his title. 2 titles are coming home to Birmingham tonight. Best believe that. Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your new lightweight champion, Akonne Wanliss!
There we have it, the first ever LFL lightweight champion, and one who has the potential to be holding that belt for a long time usually.
I love you, my Dutch fans. What's up?